Hi, this is Quentin. I am from the BCA's Business Coaches Academy leadership team. And as we are entering a new year, I want to start a new game. That's something I've learned from BCA and Rich Habets, our coach here. And starting a new game was pretty tough to me because I made a lot of things serious. And on our last call, in my mind, I think it was on the 3rd of January, I guess. We were indirectly speaking about games. And I want here to share some insights from our last call and the other calls, because I had tons of them. But just to keep it short, because it's not the goal of this video, it's to be really long, it's just to keep the main thing, like Rich always told us. To me, my biggest insight on our last call were pretty much significant because it was the 3rd of January 2025, and as a coach, an entrepreneur, and with my surroundings, it's the time to set new goals. And I have always been the kind of guy who just jump right there with both feet in new goals. And what I learned from our last BCA calls is that you can't effectively jump towards new goals if you are not complete with the previous one. And it wasn't the kind of exercises I was used to do. Don't get me wrong, I had the habits to every day, every month, week, quarter, and mostly every years, just do the synthesis of my year. What can I learn from this year? Did I reach my goals? What goes wrong? What worked? What didn't work? And I think for us coaches, consultants, it's pretty much the norm. But the completion process was really different. And the completion process was led by Rich during our last call. And it's not about analyzing your past goals. Did you reach them? Some of them didn't. What the ones you didn't? But I realized one thing, and just this is a great insight, is that as human beings, we are constantly putting context, creating story around what this one worked and why this one didn't. And what was fun is when we were during our BCA call, doing this exercise, what were my goals last year in 2024? Where was I committed? I just realized that I was putting story and context everywhere. It worked because blah, blah, blah. I was engaged because blah, blah, blah. A fabulous story about myself, my ego, my level of commitment. But this is context, this is story, this is bullshit. This is only true in my mind, through my eyes. And the second step of the completion process was what happened? What happened around my goals? The one I reached, the one I didn't. But only with facts, no content, no story. To me, that was really hard. And it makes me vulnerable because I was like, okay, if I have no story to bring on the table, it's just me do stuff or don't do stuff. And there was a bunch of story about why I didn't succeeded, because my year 2024 was not a good one in business, in personal life neither, because I had a lot of story, a lot of excuses, like with a victim mindset. I was the victim. I can't succeed because ABC. My kids made me ABC. My wife made me ABC. I don't do enough sport because blah blah blah. I don't know if you are following me, but that's my main learning. It's like victims have always stories, always context to put. Not only victims, it's our way of communicating most of the time as human beings. And when you are open to that, aware of that, you start to see it everywhere. Now I am seeing my wife, my friends, my neighbors. I'm catching myself really every day around creating stories. And when you start to being, that's what I heard, that's what I get from our calls. When you start being not cold, but neutral about, okay, I did that, I didn't do that. I said I will do this and I didn't do it. And that you are starting to make peace around this. It's like, I know I have said this, I did that, and here is the cold result, what happened in the reality. I just can see my level of commitment. And my level of commitment, it's another insight, has nothing to not do with me, but it says nothing about me. It has 100% to do with me, because I am the action man or non-action man. But the fact I do something or I don't do something just don't say anything about me. And this is not the story. In the completion process, when I know I have said this, I have did that, and here is the result, and here, this is what I am recording this video, is just to make you aware like I started to be after this call, about the fact that we have always the choice to be complete about something, but we don't take the time. We are jumping to our new goals, we are jumping to our new targets, new desires. And while it's pretty good, I can deal at the pretty, it's good, it's very good, that's nonsense. Because the less bandwidth you have, the less energy you have, because you are just running empty, starting every year a new goal, while you are still frustrated by the past. And if you are not complete with the past, you are not okay, you can't put the level of energy and focus toward new things in a way that will create good results without burning out. So in the completion process, once you are clear with what you did and didn't do, you can declare you are complete. Write it. That's what we did, that's what I've did, what I've done, and just write your goals. What's the facts? Write what you did do and what you didn't do. And at the end, just declare that you are complete. That now you you won't waste any more minutes around those goals, around the past. And just rip the paper, burn it, throw it. If you are next to a sea, a lake, and that you are you have natural papers and ink, just, I don't know, put it to the sea, burn it, do it what you want, but you have to make a gesture around this. It's like a symbol. And once you declare that you are complete with your past, you are free to start the new year as a free, new, fresh. That's what you want. That's what I want. And that's what I get from my last BCL call. While what I'm sharing here is really personal, I can clearly see, and I've always share this with business leaders, a few personal clients or prospects or friends who are CEO, deputy CEOs, that they can do, and they have to, I don't like to say this, but they have to make this kind of exercise with their boards, because there is no better place for just jumping on new goals constantly, every year, every quarter, every month, every week, than in corporate situations, than in businesses. It's like a way of being. And while some were skeptical, like, it's a time waster, I won't have the time to do this, but I will think about it. A lot of people I've shared with these tools, the completion process, are pretty excited about it. And it's what I guess Rich Habets call being a trusted advisor. A lot of my clients, friends, prospects reached back to me and just share that they will do it because they saw the power of the tool, the mistake they were all making around the CFO, CTO, CEO, and how they are creating the future of the company. And while they were excited, they also see an opportunity to shine. That's not a bad game. That's not a bad word. But I think that's also what we are learning here in BCA. It's how to be trusted advisor. And what I am seeing right now is that it's, to me, to my perspective, far more deep and rewarding than being only a coach. It's maybe a strong word, but don't get me wrong. I love coaching, but I love consulting too. And I love having deep conversation with people. And sometimes be led by my clients, sometimes lead them. But I think being a trusted advisor is that. It's what we are learning in BCA. It's the game we want to play. We are choosing to play it. We have strong agreement in our community. But by keeping those agreements really strong and clear, we are leading a path toward our growth, personal growth, and as a community. And I ask you if you want to join us. That's why this video is public. There is a lot of video in this channel who are not public, 95%. But here I am. That's what I wanted to share. I hope it's helpful. Thank you.